The Minnesota Vikings finished 9-8 and finished third in the NFC North. Now, how in the world do you go from winning 14 games to winning 9 games? Well, for the Lions' case, it's because they lost a really good coordinator and had regression from the offensive line. For the Vikings, well, it's simple. They decided to make a decision at the quarterback position that might have sent them back a long time. JJ McCarthy replaced Sam Darnold, and it was an absolute disaster. He finished with 15 total touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and on top of all that, the guy couldn't stay healthy to save his life. Last year's success, where they were second in the NFC North and won 14 games, honestly could have been sustainable had they kept Sam Darnold. I don't know about winning 14 games, but it's clear the drop-off in QB play was really the main reason why they fell off so unbelievably hard. Yes, JJ McCarthy was a complete disaster this year, but it's not like he was the only reason they were a disaster. The offensive line was also relatively dreadful, and that's mostly because they could not stay healthy. The starting lineup of Darisaw, Jackson, Kelly, Fries, and O'Neal, they're solid when they're together, but when they're all hurt, it becomes a nightmare. And on top of that, they also couldn't run the ball because they were so hurt. And Aaron Jones also showed some signs of regression to top all of that off. Now, the defense was really good, but I will say that there are some things they need to work on, including the rush defense. They went from second in the league in rush defense all the way down to 22nd. Now, it helps that they were first in pass defense because Brian Flores is a damn genius. Now, how in the world do we fix the Minnesota Vikings, right? And I'm going to be blunt. I had a lot of things set here that said, hey, you got to fix the defensive line. And I had you guys getting Logan Hall. And Logan Hall is a great piece that I think would help with your run defense. Getting him from Tampa would be good. I also had you guys getting Jack Jones for the secondary. Jack Jones is a big physical corner that's also going to help with the run game. And I feel like he'd fit perfectly in a system with Brian Flores. But I'll be blunt here. The only way that the Minnesota Vikings get back to where they were, they need for JJ McCarthy to actually play like the first round pick that he was touted to be. I could go on and on. We could talk about the offensive line. We could talk about the weapons and how they actually weren't as good as we all thought they were going to be, how they had drops as well. We could talk about the defense. We could talk about all these things, but I'll be blunt. I have a mock draft, and here it is. I'm going to show you the mock draft. It shows them drafting a center. It shows them getting a safety to replace Harrison Smith. It shows all of these things, and all of this is great. And I could say that this is ultimately how you get back to getting into the playoffs and winning. If JJ McCarthy does not step up and play well, none of what I'm saying is going to matter. None of what I'm saying is going to matter. JJ McCarthy is a 10th overall pick, and they invested a lot of stock into this pick working. They picked JJ McCarthy even after Sam Darnold had the best year of his career and ended up going to Seattle to win a Super Bowl. What more do you really need to tweak outside of JJ McCarthy just has to play good? So how do you fix the Vikings? How do you get them back into winning maybe over 10 games or even close to 14 games? It's very simple. You have to get good, productive QB play from your first round pick of a couple of years ago. Yeah, you know what? If it doesn't work out, I have you getting a backup QB in Joe Flacco. If it doesn't work out, Joe Flacco will come in and he'll take the reins. And we've seen him have success with elite wide receivers and an elite weapons room. But unfortunately, would that work in the Vikings' best interest? Probably not. Because if you have to put in Joe Flacco, that means that you are tapping out on JJ McCarthy, whether it's because of his injury problems or it's because of his play. The bottom line is this. If you want to win this year, if you want any chance of anything happening of significance this year, JJ McCarthy needs to play good football, decent football, or else any of these things that I have written down right here, quite literally, does not matter.
This has been Between the Uprights. Football is life. The rest is just details.